Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and look who I have with me here today, Spirit Whisperer Mark. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hi, Jean. I'm fine, thank you. Still getting over a cold or whatever the heck it was, but I'm feeling better. I have big old sore place on my lip, but that was from blowing my nose a million times.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, you really had it bad. I heard there
Yep.
was a flu going around. I know that who's the Mel Dore had the flu, and Sterling had the flu.
Oh, well,
Had
I don't know what it was exactly. I did 2 days. I had a fever and those chills where your body is uncontrollably shaking and you can't stop it. But that was at night. But then that was only 2 days. But other than that, just loads of mucus.
I'm so
Now I'm
I'm
not
glad.
sneezing, but I'm coughing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, and thank you for coming on.
yeah.
Um, Make sure you do take care of yourself. I
Mm,
want to say hello to Rachel, Taurus 16, Barbara, Amelia, Lion S, and Lois is here. And thank you, Lois, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Pet Jeremiah, Angela, Oxford Cat, Flower Beauty Peacock. Wiki is here. Wiki, I have your question. Jocelyn, Rising Phoenix, Dog Mom, all of you. And Tiffany, I like how you spell that. Tiffany, that's cute. Leona, thank you for becoming a member. And Lisa Hiltz, nice to see you. S. Steele, Leona, thank you for becoming a member. And Wiki is also a member. Thank you. Rising Phoenix. And that's everybody that I have. And Donna Marie. Look, they're all coming. Marie Martin. And um, Mark and I are going to be doing readings for you today. We ask that you put your questions in caps, use emojis when you can. And this is looks like an update. He spoke to my cat who wasn't accepting the new kitten, and now the cat is tolerating the kitten, and they are sleeping in the same room.
I know they thought for sure they were going to have to dump the kitten, and I said, "No, hold on, let's wait a little minute. Doesn't give them a little chance." But I'm so
And
glad they
everybody wants to see those mermaid gloves. That is gorgeous,
mermaid gloves. It's to hide some
gorgeous.
of my age spot ridden arms. And then a beaut. Look at this pretty pearl ring.
It's a statement ring.
Yes, from the oceans. Fake
Hmm.
pearls. Okay.
And if it's a general read, let us know. Give us a little bit more of a detailed question. If you'd like a message from your loved one, kindly add their name and relation. If it's a general reading, let us know if it's love, is it home, is it moving, is it spiritual, is it, just
Love.
yeah, give us like a direction or a subject.
The more specific the question, the more specific the answer.
Mhm, mhm. So, let's go ahead and get started while everybody's putting in their questions. And
Can
this
I
is
show you
for,
something real quick first?
oh, yeah, please.
Um, because she's here today with us, and I want to show you. Somebody sent me this. Her name is Lisa Hilt.
Oh,
Look, it's a little baby pan. It got a little bottle,
wow.
and it can suckle.
That is very unique. How
I
about
know.
that? Where did she ever find something like
I don't
that?
know. She ordered that. It's so cute, and he's soft. He's like squeezy,
Oh my goodness.
squeezy and soft, and very cute. Got his little hair, little top knot, his little horns. Very cute. That's from a lovely member of the community who I see is here today, um, Lisa. Isn't it cute?
Really, really unique, just very special.
I know. It comes with a little bottle, and the little milk disappears when you turn
Oh
it.
my gosh.
It's
You know,
very,
those details are important.
I
They
know,
are
so cute.
important.
I've never
Mhm,
seen anything like him before. He's very cute.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming. Yeah, the pan is incredible. It's really beautiful. What a unique gift.
I
And
know.
how special. Yeah.
So sweet for somebody to go to so much trouble. And plus, it was in a box of a lot of other goodies too. I don't have time to go through all of them, but it was beautiful goodies.
All right, you guys, we're going to do the best we can. We do ask you to be present for your reading, and just let us know if we call your name. Just say hello and let us know that you're here. We won't start the reading until you confirm that you're here. And if I can just say, make sure you're in the live stream and that you have the red mark all the way across the bottom of your screen showing that you're live. I've had a couple of people that were like 20 or 30 seconds behind, and it was difficult for the communication. All right. So Christine R. Hi, Christine. She says, is there a message for me from my grandma, Jeanette?
Jeanette.
She showed me that she's sweet in her I'm sorry, get this back. She showed me that she was very sweet towards the end when she was in her towards the end of her life. Almost like a juvenile type of regression. But in her heyday, she said that she didn't miss a trick. She was very wise, very savvy, and very resourceful. Very strong woman, and she's saying that I feel like she was like, she's talking about Knots Landing. Did she like that show, Knots Landing, like those TV shows? Um, she's saying that this is when everything, like the tides were turning, and she was so encouraged that women started taking a more of a presence, more of a role in society and in life. I don't know. And she says she doesn't know about Knots Landing. Okay. Um, well, she's just letting you know. Let me just go back to her. And she's saying that she's a strong woman, very resourceful. And I feel like she's saying that these things are not, all of her efforts did not go unnoticed, and they were of the benefit of her daughter and yourself. Um, and that she helped to, it's almost like when you help somebody up, when you give them a leg up, it was almost like she was lifting up the next generation. Oh, she's saying this is what you're expected to do as well. I don't know if you have a daughter or a daughter-in-law or somebody who you can mentor and help out. But that's what I feel for your grandmother Jeanette, Miss Christine. How about you, Mark?
What? Oh, her feed keeps repeating. Oh, glad to somebody. Well, I get that she was a very strong lady, number one. You know, strong with her words, strong with her choices, maybe a little strict, or this is the fact and that's that kind of a thing. Pretty strong in her opinions and things like that, I feel like, maybe. When she was on Earth. What else are you telling me here? I'm getting a little bit of a... Has she showed up in your dreams lately, Christine? I'm wondering about that. She acts like she's been around you a little bit lately. And I'm wondering if you've seen her or she's been on your mind a lot more lately. I'm getting kind of confused. Are you getting something else there, Jean? What is this that you're telling me about?
Christine is saying, not that I can remember.
Okay.
And she said, yes, Mark, very strong.
Yeah, I get that she was like the matriarch, the kind of the boss, and had very strong opinions, strong ideas. Um,
And she said,
I,
yes, she was the matriarch.
I also feel like that after she crossed, she realized that maybe some of her ideas and opinions were she would change afterwards. Sometimes she was a little, I don't know, she feels like she might have thought not while she was here, but afterwards, that maybe she was a little too stringent or a little too strict, a little too um, unwavering. But it feels like belief system, or it might be related to like religion. So there may have been a strong kind of religious dogma or something that she followed. I don't know if you feel that or not. But I feel like she thinks she wouldn't have minded to have done that less. It feels like some of the things she was very religious. Yeah, I get that. But it feels like once she got on the other side, some of those beliefs and things that she was so stringent about were maybe not true. It was like she was deceived on some level. So, you get up there and then you realize, oh, I put so much energy into that and I wonder why. But I feel like if she did it over, she wouldn't want to be that super religious. Her her connection to religion kind of was a sneaky thief a little bit. It stole some of the it it hid the real truth sometimes, and she didn't realize that till she got to the other side. So she feels like I could have chilled out a little bit and that would have been okay. So she was kind of, this sounds like I'm being mean about her, and I'm not really. Um, she was, set in her ways and in a way stubborn, hard headed. This is the way it is. This is the way I was told, and this is the way it is. So, again, feeling like she was a little stubborn and stuck. So she's just talking about that and seeing how stuck she was in that. So I don't know why she's telling you all this, sweetie, but she's like, I realized that my thoughts um, about some of the stuff about religion kind of trapped me. There's that Eight of Swords. My thoughts and beliefs, and they were given to her. She didn't just invent them. Kept her trapped in a little bit of, in a way. She couldn't live fully because she had all these thought forms around her that kept her limited. So I think she's saying, don't do that. This is what she's saying. I don't think you do. So, she's going, yeah, that wasn't great. So I don't know. That's all she's coming forth today with for me. It was a little weird.
Mm-hmm. She just is validating for you that she is there and she is watching over you.
Right.
And I feel like I find out about that Knots Landing. That is so specific. I've never heard anybody tell me that. But I feel as though she could see the change in the equality of, women at that point in her life. And I think that caused her, disappointment or regret not being able to make that change or see the opportunities that she had and allowed other people to direct her. Instead of being strong who she was and stepping out on her own. But what a wonderful woman. Thank you very much, Christine R. We appreciate that. And Redheaded Irish Girl says, your reading about college funding was spot on and worked out. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you for validating that. I appreciate when you guys come back and let us know. You can always leave a message under any video, and we'll match it up. So Deborah Perkerson is here, and then after Deborah, I know you guys all are doing mediumship. Let me see. Is Monique NB. So Deborah and Monique NB, if both of you can just say hello, that'd be great. Thank you, Risa. Thank you very much. All right. And Deborah says, does my friend Ron have a message for me? So I'm assuming Ron is on the other side. Thanks, Monique. I see you. So, was he like a family friend? Or a friend of your family? Like maybe a friend of somebody in the family? Because I feel like he feels a little bit in the family. Or if you felt like he was like a brother. Like he's just saying that I was like family. It's the first thing came out. I feel like he was a little bit of a quiet man, but with a heart of gold. He's showing me some. It's a branch with leaves. I'm not sure if he's extending like the olive branch for some reason. Is he reaching out for connection? He's also showing me a bear. So I feel as though he had maybe like a gruff exterior, but he was like maybe the strong silent type. Let me know, Deborah, if any of this. No, he was a personal friend. Okay. Did you feel like he was a brother to you or feel brotherly? Because he said he felt like family. He's just showing me different images coming through first. He's not really coming through with a lot. I do. All right. I feel as though he just wants to thank you for thinking of him. I feel as though you wished you could have known each other better or gotten to know each other better, or maybe have been a little more in contact with each other. But he's saying everything happens for a reason. Everything was everything occurred and for a reason. And I don't know if he passed while he was alone. And you feel as though maybe if you knew, or if you kept tabs on him, or if you would talk to him and he would maybe share some personal health history with you, that you would have been able to do something. But he just wants you to know that he lived his life on his terms, whether he was, I do feel as though he was a single man. This is why I'm almost feeling like, and Deborah, is there anything of that that resonates with you at all, Deborah? I just want to make sure I have the right guy. He's coming in very slowly, very quietly. And how long ago did he pass? Only because I'm not sure I'm picking up the right energy here, because it's a little bit all over the place. And I wanted to focus in on the right vibration.
She says, yes, it does.
Okay. So he was single, didn't really divulge a lot of health information. I don't think he wanted to know that much health information. I feel like he was very nonchalant about taking care of himself. And if he had any kind of a condition or problems or suffering from something, he wasn't going to share it. It was quite a little more private with that aspect of his life. But he knows how much you respected and appreciated his friendship. And he's saying he didn't go far. Was it around? I feel like it was around something about COVID, or maybe after COVID, or long COVID, or something from COVID may have been like a complication. And almost like if it was like a pneumonia where everybody would have pneumonia and get better, he didn't. Like it got worse for him. I don't know if it was around his lungs or heart. But what it was is it just took a toll. It took him by surprise. It got out of hand. He didn't take very good care of himself or get himself help or health. He wasn't seen in time, something like this. He died in 2008. Okay. Wow. Well, then it wasn't, but it may have been around his lungs or a pneumonia of some sort. I'm just not getting a real clear connection with him. How about you, Mark?
And I get an energy like that. I don't know if you knew each other in school, but you were like, it was that kind of friendship, like, schoolmates, or maybe after you got out of school, you continued to be friends or something like that. Feels like his passing was unexpected, and he was, I would probably call him young. I was wondering if it might have had something to do with COVID as well, but it feels like he fought a virus of some sort that kind of got the best of him. And it was unexpected. It's like one of those things where, you get sick, but it doesn't seem like it's anything to be concerned about, but then it just develops further or something like that. It kind of got out of control, and then it took him. So the message, so I think he's just talking about his passing there and that. He thinks that you guys were great buddies as far as like, chat buddies, that you like to talk with each other. I don't know if you talked on the phone a lot or just, you guys would get together and you would just talk, like that. You had a lot in common. You get the Knight of Swords, but with this, it's like that sword represents voice to me, or mental talking energy, and that you guys were compatible that way. You shared a lot as far as that goes. And you enjoyed each other's company because you related on different levels. You thought the same about a lot of stuff. He says he still watches over you. He's would like for you to be successful. He also wants to remind you, well, this is what I'm hearing, that like spirit or love is your partner. So that would be, source. So you get strength. See that little God symbol over her head? He's saying, you always have that with you. You're stronger because you have this spiritual connection. I'm assuming he's aware of your conscious connection to spirit. He says, follow that, and that will lead you where you need to go. I also feel like he's saying, now you'll know this better. Has there been some kind of thought that maybe you might pursue something different all of a sudden? Like, I feel like this, he's saying spirit is offering you an opportunity, a little adventure, a little gift for you. So there's the Ace of Wands and the Chariot. And you may have already been offered it. You might already know what I'm talking about. But it wants to work with you in creating something new. So I don't know if you've been thinking about a new project, a new craft, I was thinking about taking a new class. I don't know, whatever it is. But he's saying, yeah, follow through on that. If you've been inspired somehow to look somewhere differently than you have before. But it has to do with your spiritual awareness. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you. And it's not always easy, you guys, to bring through individuals. Some individuals come through a lot more clear than others. And it doesn't mean anything, just whether or not the connection is there. And but all the best to you, Deborah. Thank you very much for your question. And Christine followed up and she says, Knots Landing was my other grandma. You picked up on Grandma Dorothy's energy. And this is how easy it is to confuse or to bring through. Sometimes they come through in a hybrid. Sometimes they come through, not a hybrid, but as a collective or a blending of each other. And your Dorothy must have been a little more outgoing than your other grandmother, or maybe they just wanted to come through together. So when we call on your loved ones, it's not always clear. That's why we ask the questions and ask you, is this the right person? Is this the right person? Does he do this and did he do that? Does that sound familiar? We just want to know that we have the right energy. And once we have the right energy, it's like a magnet and it comes closer to us, and it's almost like a direct line of communication, and we can talk a little bit more. But if there's not a clear connection or validation that who we have is your loved one, then it's hard for us to continue, because then there's like a radio. Everybody's saying stuff. Everybody's sending in stuff. There's a bear. There's a branch. There's all different things from different people who we're calling on. Maybe different male energies from different people who are here in the chat. But thank you, Christine, for letting us know that, because that's a really important point, and why we want to validate for you that and if it's no, please do say, no, that doesn't sound like him. No, that's not him. You have the wrong guy. That doesn't sound anything like. And I'll ask this energy that I'm picking up to step aside, and I'll reconnect with Ron and say, Ron, can you come through more clearly? Can you give me something that's validating? And then I'll try again and answer some questions. So once you say, yes, that's him, you've got him, then I can pull on that string, so to speak, and get more info from him directly. Um, it's not an exact science, you guys, but thank you so much for all your patience. So next I have Monique. Hi, Monique. Thank you very much. Um, and Mary is next. Mary, if you're here, just say hello.
My work contract is sending.
So I'm sorry, Mark. Monique says, my work contract is sending in a few months, or ending in a few months, I guess, and they are offering new position, which would be preparing invoices. Should I accept or walk away? Oh, is the new position a permanent position and not a contract? Let me see, Monique. Do you like preparing? Thanks, Mary. Do you like preparing invoices? Sounds like something you would be really good at. But I don't know if it's a permanent position or a contract. Is the new position contract? But does it matter? Is this new position preparing invoices in Monique's highest good? I see that you would be really good at it. You're very detail oriented and very careful. Would this new position preparing invoices be a more of a permanent position for Monique? I feel it's going to be, if it's not already a permanent position, it may lead to a permanent position. I feel like you're going to like it, Monique. I don't know. I didn't get more info. A contract, I believe. Okay, that's fine. It may lead to something a little bit more permanent, but I feel like it's something you would really be good at, you would enjoy, and I don't know, does it have collections involved in it, or is that, or if you're just accounts payable and not accounts receivable, you know? How about you, Mark?
Um, well, I get that they're offering it to you because they like you, number one, or they wouldn't even offer. It would just be bye-bye. So that's a good sign, you know. So it's kind of like how do you feel about them? It's almost a little bit more about, in a way, the energy of the people more so than the actual job kind of that you're doing, because that might change around a little bit. But if you like this people, you know, I think it's a good way to carry on with it. It feels like they just kind of want to keep you there, and they're looking for different ways to use you rather than send you on your way. So here's the Chariot. It's like moving from one thing into the other one in the same house. So unless you just absolutely cannot stand the people, I would say accept it. You can always walk away later, but it feels like, yeah, feels like they like you, and it's nice to work for people who like you. I know that, and that, but I don't think like you'll be. I don't think you'll be doing that forever, preparing invoices. That's more like a, okay, now you can do this, then we'll do something else. Um, I feel like it's a good energy. They really like you, you know. So that's nice. I would accept it, I think. It's up to you, though. Sounds good, though. Just the fact that they're even, you know, they're thinking, well, let's find something else for Monique to do because we don't want her. We don't really necessarily want to lose her.
Yep, that's what she said. That's correct. They're trying to find something to keep me.
Yeah,
Good for you, Monique.
good. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So Mary is next. And let me just see. After Mary is Jerryanne Caposito. Jerryanne is next after Mary. And Mary says, if possible, I'd love to know the name or names of my spirit guide. I'm going to try it, Mary. I'm going to go there for you. I'm going to see what comes in. I'm going to open up my mind and connect to your energy and see what comes through. I think one of them is actually Mary. Mary or Marie, something very similar to your name. I also feel there's like an Angela and a Yogi. Mary, Angela, and a Yogi. There's a Patrick too. Wow, there's a lot coming through. You have a lot, Mary. There's a Patrick. Now, let me just say, can you, oh, thank you so much, Monique. That was so very generous of you. That's sweet. Thank you. So, Mary, let us know, is there a Mary, Angela, Yogi, or Patrick past loved ones on the other side? If you can just make sure, just let me know that there's no past loved ones with those names, because they just came flowing through really beautifully. You must be asking a lot. You must be asking what their names are a lot. And did you think of these same names? Um, Mary, you did say you were here, but I didn't see anything responding. It's a shame. She's saying hi to Risa. Oh, here she is. Oh, she has an Aunt Mary. So this Mary that came through first could have been your Aunt Mary that I heard. And if you don't know any of the rest, that would be your spirit guides. And your Aunt Mary could also be your spirit guide as well. But what they're saying is it doesn't matter what you call them. It matters that you're familiar with that you know that they have unconditional love. No, I asked them to tell you. She's, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They just want you to know that they are just a few of many that are around you. And that there's spirit guides that come in and out of your life through different phases and different, I don't know, it's different chapters of your life. I love that one. Patrick came sneaking in the background because I got Angela and Yogi, and then all of a sudden I heard Patrick. But that's what I got. How about you, Mark? Did you get anything, or what do you have to say about that?
Well, they won't usually give me the name of somebody else's spirit guide. Whenever I ask, it's like, they feel like it's something that you'll get on your own when it's time. And it's not really, that's just usually what they tell me. I do sense there's guides around you. They get the ghost. So, there's spirits around you that are comforting. They're right there with you. They're like they service you. And that's probably more than one. In the beginning, I tend to counsel people to just open up to their connection to source, the big picture, and just work on that connection. Now, if an individualized aspect of that wants to come in and act as your personal guide and want you to know who they are and all that, they'll do that. But the real thing for everybody is just to feed and work on your connection with higher power, whoever, whatever that is. Now, that energy, whether it has a name or not, always feels good, positive, uplifting. It's never harsh. It's never negative. It's never fussing at you. It doesn't come in telling you what a horrible, bad person you are, anything like that. It's always good and up and lifting more, more, more. So I just say that because, now and for 40 years, I've worked with Pan, this energy I call Pan. And I call it that because he told me that's what it was. And I also work with Dwal Cool and Master Jesus. And they've all at different times. In the beginning, though, I was just seeking my relationship and connection to God, to Source. That's what I was seeking. So when those came in and told me their names and stuff, that was another phase that I got to. But and everybody do what you want. But I didn't get, Pan didn't come in and say, hi, I'm Pan, I'm your guide, because I was going, who's my guide? Who's my guide? Who's my guide? It wasn't really like that. It was more, I would like to realize more each and every day my connection with Spirit. Can you show me that in a way that I realize it? And then that's how it kind of worked out. So I think that's one reason why they won't give me other people's guides' names. It doesn't mean you don't have them, but they want the guide themselves to tell you that, and that you come upon that in your own way when the time's right. That's what I hear. But rest assured, Mary, they're right there with you.
Absolutely. They came through quite strong. And it doesn't always have to be a name either. It doesn't have to be like a human name. It could be Blue.
Right.
It could be number 9.
Right.
It could be, wavy line with a dot. We tend to humanize it, and it's easy sometimes when we assign a name to them, and it's fine that we do.
Yeah.
To call them in or become more familiar with them. And Mary says, awesome. Thank you very much, Mary. So Jerryanne, are you still here? I didn't see anything from you. Oh, good. Craig got the
And Mary, you can also call on Ascended Masters to interact and communicate with you, whether they're your personal guide or not. You can call on Jesus, you can call on Mother Mary, you can call on Pan, you can call on Dwal Cool. They will respond, because, for example, the guys I work with, I certainly don't own them, and they're not just mine. They are guides, and I communicate with them, but, I have no ownership. But they're available. And those 3 that I work with tell me all the time they're available to anyone who calls on them. So there's that too.
Wonderful. Thanks, Mark. Is Brenda C here? And Linda Saunders. Is Brenda or Linda here? I didn't see anything from Jerryanne. Oh, no, Jerryanne's here. Good. All right. Jerryanne, Brenda, and Linda. Brenda and Linda say hello. Thank you, Jerryanne. So she says, I'm a widow and need to move. Will my house sell soon? I see you, Brenda. And Linda, thank you. Oh, was that Linda Bruce? It was Linda Saunders. Sorry, you guys.
There she is.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. So Brenda and then Linda after this. So Jerry says, I'm a widow and need to move. Will my house sell soon? So soon is relative, but let's see what my pendulum has for you, Miss Jerryanne.
Need to move.
And yeah. Will Jerryanne's house sell before September 1st of 2025? No. Will Jerryanne's house sell before December 1st of 2025? Yes. Will Jerryanne's house sell before October 1st of 2025? No. Will Jerryanne's house sell before November 1st of 2025? Yes. Will Jerryanne's house sell before October 15th of 2025? Will Jerryanne's house sell before, no. Will Jerry's Ann's house sell before October 31st of 2025? It looks like towards the end of October, which seems like a long time, but I think it's yeah, just October. That's what I see. So, you know how after you sign the papers and then you have like 30 days in inspection and all that. Um, but I was picking up October, which is a lot sooner. When I was thinking I would go into next year, but I was surprised when it said yes or in still in 2025. So good for you, Miss Jerryanne. How about you, Mark?
Um, yeah, I'm assuming it's already on the market, Jerryanne. Yeah, I think you'll sell it. I get like towards the end of summer. So that's right around that time, as we move out of summer into fall. I'm only saying that because I get this, says the festival goer, but it looks like, towards the end of summer and we're ready to move on after that. We close up shop and move. Is there some work you're doing on it right now still or something? You do have it out on the market. Yes, it's on the market. Okay, there she said. Right. So I think people are considering it and looking at it. The world in general is kind of wonky for people to start new things and to do new things right now because of the constant baloney of the crazy person in the White House, threatening stuff. So there's a little bit of a stop start. So I would say if it feels slow, it's more about that than about the house, or it looks like it will sell. Let me see about, there's a big old outcome card. Yep, we sold, we moved on. Yay, we get to celebrate a sale. So looks like there may be an offer on come. Yes, the orange dictator's hurting the market. You're exactly right about that. But I do see an offer coming. So here's a page of wands coming forward. It may be younger people who are looking for it. So that might be a clue if it's a younger couple or something like that. I say that because there's that page of wands, which looks definitely like an offer. It's also too, the flowers are all up and blooming stuff. So it's kind of gives me summer energy again. And then I get this kid card, but I think it's talking about it might be younger buyers, or it could be a young family or something like that. They have a young kid. But I feel like there may be an offer coming pretty soon. So get ready. There may be more than one. But if it is like that, and there's one that's like a young family or something, just kind of, look at them twice or something. Because I do get young energy about it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
For some reason. Oh, and then the lovers. So somebody thinking this is their perfect place for them. And, we come together, the house and the new couple.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think you're going to sell it.
All the best to you, Jerryanne, and thank you for your question and thank you for your feedback. I
You
appreciate
can have
it.
offers coming, because we're getting close to summer. It's June 20th, is summer solstice. Also, my 5-year anniversary of YouTube. But it feels like you might start getting offers pretty soon. But even though you get an offer, it still takes a while to get to we sold the house part. You know what I mean? So you could get an offer in the beginning of the summer, and then by the end of the summer or the beginning of fall, we're moved, we finished it all like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You might not have to, I'm saying you might not need to wait to fall to like have an offer
No,
or feel the
no.
energy moving. Yeah.
Right. 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 I felt like everything would be all said and done. All the waiting,
Yes.
there's a lot
Yes.
involved there, Jerryanne. So all the best to you, Miss Jerryanne. And Mark, if you don't mind, I'd like to take this opportunity to share about a new class that I have coming up.
Oh, your
And
channel, do what you
mhm,
wish.
and it is a chakra healing workshop. And this chakra healing workshop is where you would learn about your chakras. You would learn about how to heal and balance and align the chakras. And then we would go through and experience the healing of the chakras. And this is on, it's that's why I call it a workshop. It's not just something that you watch, it's something that you're participating in. You participate. And even if you're not a healer, you want to be able to learn how to do it yourself. And then at the end, we have like the last half hour is for questions and for back and forth and to, clarify. And what if I have this? And what if I feel that? And, just back and forth so that you can get clarity on any questions that you have. Because I know sometimes the content of the class is not always easy to understand for everybody. And it is on Saturday, May 31st. It's 12 o'clock Pacific and 3 o'clock Eastern. It's a 2-hour class and it's $25. And my Terry from Holding Your Space and myself are going to be offering this class together. And you can contact me under sunpsychicgene.com/contact. Just go to my webpage and click on the contact Gene or contact me and just put in there that you're interested in the chakra healing workshop or chakra or workshop, whatever you want to put in the notes there or the subject line, I'll understand it. So I wanted to invite everybody, and it's really great to be with like-minded individuals. It's very high vibrational, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a
It's
lot
a
of fun.
great tool too, because, back in the day when I first learned about chakras and all that, and, Dwal Cool was this Indian master that brought a lot of that information through in the beginning about chakras and healing, stuff like that. But what I was going to say is, those of you who kind of struggle with meditation and stuff, it's a great tool for that too, because if nothing else, you can sit quietly, breathe, run through your chakras, clearing them, and that gets you in a meditative state. It's a really good way to practice meditation as well. And you clear and open your chakras as you do it. And, it gives you a bigger awareness of energy as well. The crown chakra, the throat, and you can kind of begin to see how the energies, why there might be this, level or this, because you probably guys are probably doing the 7 chakras, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh, and it's just a very good tool to have. And, in the beginning, I did that a lot of times where I would sit quietly and run through my chakras. I would ask Source to do it with me, and this is before I knew anybody. And it was really good. It really helped me learn to quiet my mind, focus on something else besides chatty mind.
Mm-hmm,
So it's good
mm-hmm,
for that too. And you'll like to have the information if you don't know about it already. Yeah.
mm-hmm. It is very fundamental and a beautiful jumping off point to so much more awareness of, why things happen or why things work the way that they do, and a better understanding about our own energy. Thank you very much, everybody. And I hope that is interesting for you. Also, let's see, we have Brenda and Linda. So let me go to Brenda is next. Sorry, I'm looking for you. And Lisa, I see you. I'm going to try and Lisa Hiltz will be after Linda as long as we have time. So Brenda is here and then Linda. So
Okay.
Brenda says, do my guides have any messages for me? Do you know, is there a particular area of interest? Is it spiritual guidance or is it Anything like that? If it's something specific, let us know. If not, I'll just go in with a spiritual guidance.
Guides have any
So
mess?
I feel like Linda, you or Brenda, you keep you hold a lot of the weight of the world on your shoulders, and they're saying all that is asked of you is for you to do your part. You don't have to save the world, and I feel like you are keeping the mental and the emotional and the stress of the entire world on your shoulders. Now, it's always important and to have compassion, to hold people in light and in your prayers, but it's not, you seem to be carrying this around with you. So they want you to set this down. It is not your burden to carry. It is only you need to do what your part is, and to extend your prayers and your compassion to others. But and it's important to understand the difference of carrying this stress, carrying this weight and worry, and doing our own part. It's not saying that we don't care. It's just that we're not carrying this. It's important for you to move forward with your life and be aware of what's going on in your surroundings, in your immediate vicinity, and work with that on a daily basis. And in your prayers and in your compassion, you extend this energy out. Um, but I do feel as though uh, I know that I know that you want certain things to occur. It's almost like there is a little bit of a control, and I mean that in the nicest way. Like you want to control people's outcome or control the outcome, and what they want you to do is to trust and trust that you're holding the light, you're holding the vibration, you're holding a kindness and compassion. That you, this is you admitting this, and whatever is in the highest good for everyone concerned, the most benevolent outcome, this is what your focus is. Try not to focus on, um, specific outcomes. It really is, it's allowing for whatever is meant to be to occur in the highest good for everyone concerned. And there is much more going on with this shift, with the ascension, with the awakening, with the opening up of humanity's um, frequency and vibration than what human mind can understand. So it's important for you to do your part, hold your energy, and to release the outcome. And when you release the outcome and trust your spirit guides, angels, universe to handle it, it relieves you of that pressure and that responsibility that you seem to be holding on to. So I hope that makes sense for you, Miss Brenda.
Yeah. Um, well, first of all, just when I just asked for a message, the big message was just the Ace of Cups. So, from Spirit. So you're on Team Love, you're a member of the team. That's the message. We know, we're one and the same, right? We're on Team Love together. Um, Brenda, are you retired? Are you working? Do you have anything to do with law or justice or court or something like that? I don't know. It feels like they're talking about your job, but I don't know exactly. Um, the other thing is they're talking about a little bit what Jean was just talking about. Uh, you know, we're working now, all of us, even though it's not like traditional work, like, going to job, punching in, doing job, coming home. But we are working anyway, energetically. We're working with the universe, the earth, you know. Um, we got work to do in assistance to the earth, and it says you're doing that too. But a big part of that is while this is going on, one of the things that we have to do as light workers or love members is to try to stay balanced as possible. So there is extra work on just balancing, and staying balanced, staying focused, staying on team God, the universe, and making this positive change for the world. So here we are, working. But it's interesting because in this, we're kind of working on little earths. So, it looks like earth work to me. That's about what we're all going through, even though, we don't even understand it. And they also gave me the King of Wands, which a lot of times for me, when I'm reading tarot, wands are spirit, and this would be the highest member of the spirit team. So a lot of times this represents source for me, and that you just keep your focus on that you're part of the higher power, you're part of team love, and they want you to try to stay as balanced as possible. So you're a teacher. My students are paramedic students. Okay. Right. So it feels like, even when you're doing your job, there's this other job that you're asked to do, which is to keep yourself balanced. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed or tired, sit down. That's what I'm hearing. But your big message was that Ace of Cups. Team love.
Wow. Beautiful. And I felt that savior energy in your energy there, Miss Brenda. That paramedic type of takes a certain type of individual. So good for you, and thank you for what you do and that you teach others. Such important work. Beautiful. Thank you, Brenda. And next I have Linda Saunders, and she would also like a message from her guides and loved ones.
A message.
So, Linda, let us know if there's any area specifically that you are. I'm just going to go in with a spiritual guidance message for you, Miss Linda Saunders. Well, I feel like you're very sweet and bubbly, and you have a lot of friends. You are a connector, a networker. I feel like you have a lot of energy, and you enjoy socializing. And it's not just something. It's something to be proud of, and it's something that you're good at. And not everybody is good at this. And the best thing that you can do is not use this, but employ this and utilize the strengths that you have. That come naturally to you. I feel like you have a family that loves you. I feel like you have friends that love you. And she says, yes, I do. Mm-hmm. And it's you hold light for others, and you hold it almost like you give them permission to follow in your footsteps. Like, oh, Linda can do it, I can do it too. It almost like gives them permission. It takes, when you are in the room, people's guard sort of settles down because you're more animated and outgoing, and they don't have to be on guard because you're very open. You're very open, and you don't have any, not that you don't have any guards, but you let your guard down and let your authenticity show and shine. And people love this about you, and it really helps to diffuse the seriousness in the room. And so what they're saying They're just saying it's important for you to realize that this attribute of your personality is a gift and a tool that you can utilize in to help others and to keep being you. That you being this way, even though some people, like maybe your kids, might roll their eyes and say, "Oh, mom, don't do that again, and don't do that in public." It's a healing sort of energy that you have. She's saying so true. Good, 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 Linda. Um, and they just want that, they're just letting you know that this is something that is a gift, a beautiful thing. You help others. I'm waiting for them to say not to overextend yourself, but they're saying no, that you don't, that you know your own boundaries. Like you know when to turn it off and you know when to say no. You have a very good grasp on not overreaching your energy and um and knowing when you can and when you can't. And you do need some solitary time, some alone time in order to regenerate. I do see you gardening. I don't know if you have flowers or trees that flower or something that you adore in the garden. Um, they say this is you have a beautiful balance to you there, Miss Linda, and they just want you to know that you are healing others by being you and holding this vibration and energy that allows others that may have like their guard up or nervousness. It allows them to drop this and feel comfortable around you because you really do break down because you're really just open. And I know I just said that, but they just want me to say it again. Your openness and your authenticness helps other people to come out of their shell, in other words. Um, oh, you did I Ching. Oh, look, oh,
That's
that's Linda
different, Linda.
Bishop. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. Sorry. I thought
no
that
problem.
was Linda Saunders. Okay. So good for you, Miss Linda Saunders. Thank you. And Mark, what do you have for Miss Linda?
Well, I get that um, one of your great talents is are your words and the way you talk and present things. I Spirit seems to say that you're able to. This is what I'm hearing. Take lemons and turn them into lemonade, or counsel people in a way for them to do that. So, like maybe I don't know if you relate to this or not, but that you're able to see light even when it looks dark, like so you can still point towards the light. Um, and that's what you do. You help people like that. You steer them away from the negative into the positive, is what it sounds like to me. And you're really good at helping to bring balance. It looks like even when somebody in the family or friend is having a tower moment, and there may have been some, or there's some coming, you are really good at bringing some balance to that and reminding them of the good in there and that all's not lost, kind of a thing, helping keep hope, faith up. Now sometimes that might make you feel a little isolated, um, but because sometimes you might feel like you're the only one that does that, or the main one that does that for the group. And sometimes you think like, oh, wouldn't mind to have a friend or somebody else doing it, but I take it on. That's what I do. It's natural for you. You naturally, in a way, have rose-colored glasses, or you look to the light. I love this card. I'm going to show you this one. It's the sun card, but it's an interesting depiction. So there goes the kid flying, screaming because there's all these monsters. and running, running, running. But look, there's sunlight coming in through there. So
Wow.
you'd be able to go, wait, wait, wait. You're actually running from the light. So you're confused. That looks scary, but there's really light coming through it. So it's again talking about that. You have a connection to higher power. There's that the high priestess. Um, and that's what you listen to more. And so you try to bring that to others to change their focus. That's what I'm hearing. So that was the message they're telling you.
Beautiful, Linda. Thank you, Mark. Wow, that was really beautiful. So I hope that was helpful for you. And you see how it's quite general. I mean, it was specific to you, Miss Linda,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So do you have time for one more, Mark?
One more.
Okay. So Lisa Hiltz, if Lisa Hiltz is still here, Lisa, can you? I don't know if you said hello before, but I said
Yeah,
if
I think
we
she
had.
did. I saw her say hi.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So Lisa says, does my mom, Jerry May, have anything to tell me? I dream of her darn near every night. Aw.
Jerry May, anything to tell me?
I feel like she wants you to acknowledge that she just wants you to know that she's okay, that she's safe, and that she's on the other side watching over you. Um, and it's about validating you understanding, yes, mom, I know that these dreams are you telling me that you're okay. Um, I do also feel like you and your mom have had past lives together. Very, I want to, I don't usually use this word, but I hear it karmically involved or karmically tied, and that you have lifetimes together. And it's not good or bad, it's just energy and a sequence of happenings, experiences together. I feel like you may have even been sisters in a past life. She is very much connected to you. Were you two like best friends when she was here? Um, it's I truly believe that Lisa said about her past life. Yeah. There's a and they're asking me, they're saying they're describing it as a karmic tie, but I just feel like a past life tie, like an experience. You guys are tied together. Um, and you go together and she's very connected to you, more so than any other family member. Um, and she just wants you to know that she's okay. I feel like she just wants that validation that you know that she's okay. And I can say this, let me just give you an example. My father passed 5, 7 years ago. And I kept hearing the song, maybe 2 or 3 months after he passed, I heard the song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. That song, that really cute song. And so I said, okay, Pop, I said, I know that you're telling me not to worry. And I want you to know I'm not worried. I'm happy. And so, like later on that week, I keep hearing that song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. I'm like, Papa, I know that's you. Thank you very much for the message. I'm happy. I understand where you are. I'm happy for you where you are. I'm not worried. I'm happy. So a little while later, the following week, don't worry, be happy. I was like, what is this message? What are you trying to tell me? And all of a sudden it dawned on me. I said, oh, you want me to know you're happy, that not to worry that you're happy now, not me being happy because he didn't want me to be sad. He's telling me he's happy, not to worry that he's happy. I said, oh, you are happy. It just dawned on me. And guess what? Never heard the song again. Never came in my ear. It was a message that left. And it's just that little bit of a nuance when they're coming to send us a message. And if they come and they're luminous and they smile and you only see like a flash of their um of their face, and or if like a scenario keeps replaying itself, they want sometimes there's a message of that needs to be validated that they want to clarify. She's not telling me exactly what it is, but she just wants you to know that you're tied together, that you have lifetimes in the past, and she wants you to know that she is safe and at peace and having a wonderful time. And she sees your light. She sees your light. And I did say I think you guys were sisters before, but I think you guys were like twins before. I don't know. There's a real strong tie there, but good for you, Miss Lisa. How about you, Mark?
Um, well, we'll see if this resonates. It's a little off over here somewhere. Uh, I feel like she's thinking about a grandchild, Lisa. Um, I don't know if that's a child of yours or another.
Well, she did just say, Mark, I'm sorry for interrupting. The family always said I was her mother's reincarnation.
Uh,
So your mother's mother, and you came back as reincarnated as her mother.
oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's the grandmother energy that you were picking up, Mark.
Well, I feel like she's kind of might have been in the dreams and stuff because I don't know. We're concerned about one of the grandkids or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not. Um, but the reason I'm saying that, I get the 10 of coins, and it's got the kids in it. This is a generational card. A lot of times when I get this, it'll be like inheritance and stuff like that. But I feel like the kids are standing out to me, like maybe a grandchild in particular that she's a little concerned with. I don't know if there's uh, somebody in the family that's like at a crossroads, um, maybe looking for a job or struggling with that somehow, and stuck and kind of worried about it.
I have a child that is having difficulty. Yep.
Oh, okay. So,
That's
you know, so she brings that up because, she's aware of it and that she's been involved with you. And I think maybe you maybe talked to mom about it or, thought about it. And so she's around in the dreams and stuff. She's coming forth to help and assist. She says help's on the way, though. There's the 3 of coins that we're moving in a good direction. There's an Ace of Swords and a 3 of coins. So that there's some progress, some assistance coming. Um, it seems work related, like that the person's trying to figure out a job or how to best be of service. Now, and they're looking to move forward. Um, did the ring fit? Probably. Yes, it did, Suzanne. Um, so I also get the devil in here, which would be like, well, in this case, I think it's like, let's be careful. Let's don't put too much attention on what we don't want. Let's put attention on what we want. So try to keep your mind focused on something positive if possible. A lot of times this devil can talk about addiction, or, it could be substance something, but also it can be like negative mind that gets in there and takes over everything. And so you might be, looking for a new job or a new opportunity, but then your negative mind's so busy telling you you can't have it, you don't deserve it, you'll never find it, there's not enough, that it prevents it. So it makes that standing, waiting for your ship to come in, it will make that take longer. So I don't know if any of this is making sense. She seems to be talking about one person in particular, a grandchild of hers, that she thinks has been kind of figuring out how to be of service in the world and is, having a little bit of a hard time of it. But she wants them to know that things are going to shift and change and that there's help and assistance on the way for her or him. Might be a boy. So I hope that made some sense.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. That's very interesting. I wonder what your mother says or does in the dream, or if she just presents herself, like with a smile or her face, or if there's like a little activity that's playing out,
Right.
But try and remember as much as you can about that dream. And she could just be trying to advise you on your child. All the best to you. Wow, that was great work there, Mark. Well, thank you all very much. Thank you, Mark. And we had so many questions. Thank you all for asking your questions. Thank you all for being so responsive on the feedback. We really appreciate that. And Mark, you're going to be back later this afternoon. Is that correct?
Yeah, at 4:00, I'll be doing my regular 4:00 show, Ask Anything Day. So
Ask Anything Day. So everybody, please do go over and subscribe to Spirit Whisperer Mark's channel if you have not already done so. And he's on every Saturday, every Monday, and then some Thursdays. And he's an amazing channel reader and human and friend for sure. So I appreciate you being here, Mark, and I appreciate all of you being here. I have a members live later on today. It's a live chat. If anybody has not joined my membership, you can just click on the bottom of my video here and or go to the membership page and you can join today for the membership live. And again, if anybody's interested in the chakra healing class, or workshop, you can just contact me through my webpage, sunpsychicgene.com, and then click on the contact tab. And I look forward to seeing all of you very, very soon. Lisa says, love, love, love. You're welcome, Lisa. All the best to you. All right. Thanks again, everybody. Enjoy
Bye, guys.
enjoy your holiday weekend, right? Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.